woman say to you or do to you that makes you feel like she's challenging your manhood?
Question every daggone thing I say. Like, everything has to be her way. Like, if from cleaning, from taking care of kids to whatever, everything has to be her way. Like, my mother and father raised me to be an independent man. Mm-hmm. Like, I had to learn to cook, clean, take care of my own self. Like, I said anything wrong or see anything wrong with the way I live, don't think because all of a sudden we're together that you're gonna come in here and start saying whatever. And then I can't stand when a woman wants to have a conversation with you and ask you your opinion about something. Oh no, that's wrong. Because I think it's like this and it should be like this. Don't ask me my damn opinion then. Right. If you don't want to know how I feel, damn it, don't ask me.
Okay, good.
I feel like a way they could challenge manhood would be like if they feel like no matter what you do isn't good enough, like she's never satisfied. If she always see like, you know how women, and I'm gonna say this, most women are never satisfied no matter what you do. They always see room for improvement. They always feel like, well, you did this or you got this, but you can do this too.
But why you ain't
We're
doing like
just trying
this?
to help y'all see a better you. That's all that is.
But if I'm doing a better me, no, y'all might be cool for a minute. But then in a couple weeks it's, well, why don't you go do this and other? Well, I just did this last week. Why don't you just be happy with
Better
this?
you. Better
Never
you.
satisfied.
Better you.
So you always challenging.
I know you got something to say.
Always
You probably
challenging.
inching in your seat. I know you got something.
Actually, I can kind of side with the fellas on that one. That women, we do a lot that challenges need to know or need to be secure in the fact that we're with a man. So, the challenging questions come. Now, I wouldn't go as far as, I think it's a little extra when you get with, oh, well, you should have cleaned it this way, that way. As long as it's clean, it's clean.
No, that's a lie. Behind me and clean it. If it's not clean the way you want to clean.
No, I wouldn't.
I mean, if
Because
it's still dirt there, then it's not clean,
because
clearly.
I'm a commend effort. I would rather have, a man that I don't have to ask to clean something up. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that that's the point of view that women have in trying to test to see, if the man is going to stand ground. Because, women have, and I've said it before, evolved in such a way that we as women, I'm not speaking personally, but we as women have the I can do it better myself mentality. So I don't need a man mentality. So we need to know.
That's why y'all buy dildos and stuff like that, because you don't need a man.
Which is a lie.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's just the point of trying to make sure or to test and see that the man is going to stand ground. We don't want somebody that we can push over.
Gotcha.
So everything is a test. Everything is a point system. That's all it is.
Point system.
Yeah, it really is. Everything
Get
is
out
a
of
point
here,
system.
man.
My whole thing is, like I said when Tiger was speaking, that a lot of women has just been forced in that position to be the man. So when we are around a man, sometimes it's hard to let the man be the man because we have been the man. It ain't by choice. Sometimes it's by the household we grew up in. If you grew up in a household with no man, you saw your mother be the man, the hoe. So it's just like
I understand. I understand what you're saying.
Finish my thought, 'cause you're gonna make
I'm running this show. Let me talk. Cousins,
they're not in your household though. They're not seeing
but
what you're saying is we're talking about male and female relationship. Your mother doesn't have a relationship like that with your uncle or with your grandfather. You know what I'm saying? He's not in the house. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So it seems like we're challenging y'all because we're so used to being in that role or seeing our mothers, grandmothers, whatever in that role, that's how we were kind of how we were pretty much raised. To just pretty much take care of it yourself. So with her, you should actually do it this way because she's been taught and shown this all her life. So this is what she knows. So when she sees somebody doing something different, it's like, why are you doing that? That doesn't make sense. You need to do it like this.
You know what I'm saying? Then do it yourself then.
Don't ask me. Kionne, I hear what you're saying. I hear I see what you're putting on the plate, but it's hard for me to eat.
I know it is.
Here's the reason. Here's the reason. The reason is, even if you were raised that way, you go to school. So if you go to school, you know differently. You know that it's a certain structure that you have in the house when it's a man and a woman, and certain things you don't when you have a man raising a kid or a family by
Where do you spend the majority of your time?
Or a woman raising a man by herself. And that's very true. You do spend the majority of your time at home. But you don't just learn at home. You learn it everywhere you go in life.
I understand that completely.
Right?
But your major influence is at home as far as how you take care of home.
I agree with on that.
Okay.
I agree with you on that. I can't argue with you about that one.
All right. I disagree, but that's just me.
Right? Same way, like if you're exposed to different things, you should like try to figure out how to make that, I guess, better your situation. But just talking about people in general, however they were raised, you kind of see that cycle repeat itself with them.
And
not all the times, but for the majority.
Right, and the reason that I don't agree with it, because my godson, right, he was raised like that. His father was never around, and raised by his mom, and he's very much a man, and he had all the excuses in the world to go out and be one of those guys that we see on the television that's a loser, and use the society as a crutch,
right,
to say that he's the way he is, but no.
But I would say on the flip side of it,
flipped it, and you would never know that he was raised without a father in his house.
Well,
you would never know.
We're essentially saying the same thing, though. We're